Thanks for joining us for another Tantrum House crowdfunding conniption. Today we are looking at Making Monsters from Skyline.
As always, we want to make sure that you're aware that our crowdfunded videos are sponsored in part by our own Kickstarter backers, as well as by the creators of this game. Hey gang, thanks for joining us at Tantrum House Studio 3. I'm Will Meadows.
And I'm Sara Meadows. Today we're looking at the new game, Making Monsters, that's coming to Kickstarter from Skyline. This game is designed by Jonathan Gilmore Long and David Gordon, and the artwork is by Brett Bean and Jordi Pinellas.
This is a bag-building, press-your-luck game where you will be reanimating some crazy monsters. Let's go ahead and jump in and take a look at how it's played.
To set up the game, fill the main board with the upgrades and tokens, and lay out the rot tokens on the score track.
Give each player their board with one randomly drawn monster card, their bag with starting tokens, and all of their player components, and then you're ready to begin.
During the order monster parts phase, all players will simultaneously select a tile and then reveal for the order of the round.
If a neighbor's token color matches the bottom of your token, you get to take the better actions on the bottom.
Players will receive deliveries by drawing tokens from the bag based on their order token.
Players will then choose where to place their tokens, sometimes utilizing their upgrades and sorting table at the top of the board.
Any rot tokens they draw will immediately be sent to the reject track, and if players overfill it, they bust for the round.
Next, players may reanimate any completed monsters if they choose to. They get the points for the monster, plus bonus points for how many they complete. They will also have to take rot tokens from the track and add it to their bag. Players will then get to gain upgrades and draw 2 and keep 1 additional monster.
When the rot track is empty on the board, it will trigger the final phase of the game. Players will reanimate one final time and then clear their boards for the finale, a mad science fair.
For the science fair, players will select 5 monsters from their stack of completed monsters to show off at the fair.
Players will simultaneously draw as many parts tokens from their bags as they wish as they try to reanimate as many monsters as possible.
If they push too far and bust, they will not collect the bonuses, but players will collect points for all of the monsters that they've completed, and then the player with the most points wins. In the game Making Monsters, players will be doing just that. They'll be collecting stitches and batteries and limbs and hopefully not a bunch of rotten parts to put together in their laboratory and make the most monsters to bring them to life.
Yeah, the first phase is going to be selecting your order tokens. You have 3 to pick from, and there is 2 sections to the token, that top color and then the bottom bonus. And you'll get the bonus action instead if one of your neighbors has that matching color. So you can talk about it and bluff if you want to ahead of time.
Work together as a team.
Work together as a team, or mess somebody up. They still get the top action if they don't match, but there are some powerful actions at the bottom of those tokens.
Yeah, one of those actions that we haven't mentioned at all is the Lester, the handy, helpful robot guy. The only way, I think, maybe a couple upgrades allow you to take it. The primary way to get his use is an additional deck of cards that you receive at the beginning of the game, and if you're able to use that bonus action, you get to play one of those cards, and they're going to allow you to basically do one-off rule-breaking abilities in the game. And so you only get to play those once, but they will give you some really helpful abilities, and if you can use multiple of those cards, great, it's going to get you way ahead in the game.
Yeah, there is a Lazy Susan board that holds all of the components that you'll need that everyone will be sharing. So all of the tokens that are going to go in your bag, and then also the upgrades.
The upgrades are going to be things that you add to your board. You can swap them out as you get them, and you will be able to do things like hold additional parts that can go out on the board. You might be able to, double up on the number of tokens that you're collecting. And so at the end of your turn, when you're taking those items from the board, you're going to be deciding, do I want more of the pieces and parts that need to go on my robot, or do I want to do that little bit of engine building or a little bit of helping myself out by giving myself better actions in the game.
Yep, and at the end of the turn, when everybody has gotten their upgrades, that Lazy Susan will rotate, and so now you have different choices available to you. And it does also specify what types of tokens you can take for your bag building portion.
At the end of the game, once everyone has built a number of monsters over the course of the game, you're going to do that final science fair part. It's actually like kind of the highlight of the game. Everybody is playing simultaneously in the game in general, so there's not really any downtime. And then that final round is, how well have I built my bag? How few rot tokens have I been able to leave in there? How far do I want to push my luck and build as many monsters as I can so that I can not only get higher scoring monsters scored again at the end, but so that I can hopefully get that big bonus for animating a bunch of monsters before I bust.
Yeah, and you get to select from any of the monsters that you've had on your board. So sometimes you might have taken one off or swapped it out just because you weren't fulfilling it, or you hadn't fulfilled the ones on your board, but you still gain one every time. So any of those you can select from, and it's up to you. You can put some heavy hitters and put a lot of powerful and expensive monsters out, or you can put some easy ones to hopefully get the bonus. Just make sure you don't bust at the end.
Be sure to check this one out on Kickstarter. I don't know if we mentioned it, but we are looking at prototype components. Obviously, the final game may feature some different things. You can check out their Kickstarter campaign. I think it's actually probably live right now, and that will give you the final overview on everything that's going to be included in Making Monsters.